Hey everybody! On May Day, I went down to the protest in front of the old Safeway. I wanted to give the people there a chance to be heard, and I also wanted to have my own voice heard. Most importantly, I wanted to try having real conversations with people who see things very differently than I do. Because when we only surround ourselves with people who already agree with us, we stop understanding why the other side feels the way they do. That's why I was out there. I hope you'll watch with an open mind. This is what that looked like.
What are we protesting? What are we protesting?
Anything to do with the government right now.
Anything to do with the government.
Well, mainly Trump and what he's doing, what he's taking from us. Tax cuts, it keeps coming to the billionaires, but not to the workers. So that's what today is about.
That's what today is about?
Mayday strong.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. You want to tell your neighbors what you're protesting?
Well, the theme of today is workers over billionaires. But we are out here to show solidarity for taking care of our fellow humans. We're seeing a lot of issues with disparity, and we see it in our community where we're losing services in our hospital. There's threats to businesses, to communities, to healthcare. I've seen friends have lack of access to needed care, and we're feeling it every day.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what do you think needs to be changed?
Well, I think we need to reach out and let people know how we feel. And we're all about action.
What do you think policy-wise needs to be changed in order to make that effective, take that action?
One of the things that we do, we have a postcard campaign. We write to our representatives and senators and ask them to take action because we really need them to represent us.
Mm-hmm.
And people complain about paying taxes, those kinds of things. But I think that we're all fine to pay taxes. It just matters where our tax money is going. And we don't really feel that, our voice is being represented in that. And I think about money way too much. and I hate having to do that. I mean, it's a necessary part of life, but that there is money. And so it depends on how we prioritize that money. And so I think, if we feel like we have a representative voice in that. And so when, this war came up suddenly and we're already billions into that, the the ballroom just seems like such a silly thing to be thinking about as it just seems so disconnected from just your regular
I can tell you about the ballroom. Okay.
Sure.
So exactly what happened this past weekend with the third assassination attempt on Trump, it is protected and everybody in there is protected. Mm-hmm. If they do it at a hotel, they can't vet every single buddy, and it's easily infiltrated. And so it's not just a Trump thing. So that's a security issue. It's not just that Trump wants a vote. Well, it was put through kind of the way that Obama made additions to the White House. There's been several presidents that have made additions to the White House, and we've never really, blinked an eye on it until Trump did it. So if we want more socialized spending programs, how do we legislate the fraud and misuse? Because $11 billion a year is wasted on food stamps. A lot of them are going to people who are dead. Some people are actually receiving benefits twice.
I question it at those numbers, but I appreciate that you bring that information. We're not against people being wealthy or creating wealth, but sharing that wealth.
They need to share their wealth. Yeah.
In the sense that nobody gets there by themselves. They get there on workers' backs.
They do, and they pay their workers, and so that's how those
And
workers
some
are
do, and
compensated.
some don't.
So
If we need to look at equitability, and what we're seeing is that we're seeing the rich certainly get astronomically richer, but what's not keeping up is the middle class. We do have social outreach and programs for people. I was just looking at the statistics that they put out for the poverty line for a single person is 15,000 something, but the actual cost of living, just a standard cost of living for a single person, is 55,000. So those things don't add up. So then you have a lot of people just stuck where they can't access, they're not poor enough, but they can't reach higher wealth. And so they're just like stuck.
so how should billionaires share the wealth?
So I think tax structure is part of that.
So, and they pay 26% in taxes, and they basically pay 40% of all of the taxes in the country. Do you think they need to pay more than 40%?
I think it needs to be looked at.
Because
I think once you're above a certain amount,
yeah, but that's that's a fewer number of people paying the 40% of our
what
taxes.
they're getting is what they're able to do, all to move that money, to do all these write-offs, to make that money so that it's not taxable, even though so it's not counted as income, even though they're receiving that money.
They may not be receiving that money. That money might be going into assets that they have unrealized gains on. It's kind of like our property taxes, right? If you own a home and the property value goes up, the taxes go up every year from the state of Nebraska. A lot of people think that that is unfair. It's very much like taxing billionaires for unrealized gains. Let's say the stock market goes up and they get taxed on gains that they made, but then the stock market crashes the next time it goes up. They're going to have to get paid taxes on it again. Anybody that deals in the stock market could be financially damaged by that. Yes, Erica.
Nice to meet you. I'm Kim. I'm going to go back because this is almost over.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to be wrapping it up.
Okay.
So, but thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks for your
thank
time.
you.
Thanks for talking with me.
Would you be interested in talking with me?
I could.
I'm just out with a camera. I just want to know what you guys are protesting. If you want to tell your neighbors what you're protesting.
Well, just standing up that there needs to be some change, that there's just some things going wrong with our government right now.
Uh-huh.
So, and by standing out here, showing people I care enough to do that. So,
Okay. Thanks for sure.
okay.
After spending time at the protest and talking with several people, here's what stood out to me. I expected most conversations to get shut down quickly, and one conversation lasted much longer than I thought it would. What struck me the most was that almost everyone had strong complaints about the government, taxes, and the wealthy, but almost no one had any real solutions. At the end of the day, this protest wasn't really about helping the poor. It was mostly middle class frustration about the cost of living, paired with a deep resentment toward the wealthy and our president. Thank you for watching. If you want to see a deeper dive into the data and solutions, let me know in the comments and I'll make a follow-up video.